So tonight we are comparing the Braun 250 watt model number MP80, and that's about 12 or 15 years old. That's the one on the right, versus the Breville Juice Fountain, purchased just now, so December 2015. And the one on the Breville is 700 watts. The Braun is 250. So I want to basically try and figure out if it's worth the upgrade. I have a small kitchen, so one of the reasons I wanted to make this comparison is to find out how compact they are as well. So this is the Braun. It really has a pretty small footprint on my small countertop. This is the Breville, and I'm just using that Cuisinart coffee machine as a baseline. So you can see it's a little taller, and I'd say it is definitely, from side to side, it's taken up more room. And we're looking at about the same. I know it doesn't look the same, but we measured them out. That's about the same number of carrots and apples in both. Okay, so first off, we're just going to take it apart and show you the pieces. That's the pusher. This undoes, and that becomes your loader. This is really, it stores away really compactly. You pull open the area, that's where your fiber is going to end up. That's where your juice will come out. This is a strainer piece that can go inside the basket, but I leave it out. It's one more thing to clean, and I haven't found that I needed it so far. Okay, so this one has a smaller feeding chute, so we do have to cut these apples up a little smaller. Do these. Okay, we're going to pour off the apple juice into a cup. I've got one we'll save later for the Breville, so we can compare apples to apples. And you can see that separated the foam nicely. I actually don't mind a bit of foam, but whatever. Okay, so we've cleaned out the apple juice, and now we'll do the carrots. Now we'll pour that off and measure that as well. Getting thirsty. Okay, so that is just under a cup and a half. Okay, now it's time for the Breville. So because it's a little higher, we moved out a bit, and then it comes with this cool little jug that's got a lid, and it actually fits right under. So it probably will splash less. Although I have to say the last for the Braun only splashed once or twice. Okay, let's start with apples. This has a 3-inch feeding tube, so those apples should be able to go in whole. We'll find out. Well, that definitely sounded way more powerful, was it? I should say that these are both centrifugal juicers. So they both each have a basket that's turning at really high speed inside. So let's measure this juice and find out how it compares to the other one. This also strains off the foam. Okay, let's put it next to the other one and see. Okay, so the one on the left is from the Braun, the one on the right is from the Breville. Marginally more out of the Braun. You know what, we're going to let these settle for a few minutes because it also looks like there's more pulp in the Braun one. You can see there's more thicker layers on the left. So we're going to let these settle and we'll come back to it. Okay, let's see how the carrots work out. Okay, so we're going to pour this off into the other measuring cup and just compare. We had just under 1.5 cups from the Braun. I'm really hoping this one will give us more because it's a newer juicer. Well, exactly 1.5 cups. So far in terms of yield, they're really about the same. I will just quickly do a quick cleanup. You can see this plug is kind of cool. It unplugs easily from the wall. There's a hole in the middle of it. And we'll just take the pieces over the sink. I sort of want to see how many pieces there are to wash and which one washes up easier. So that's all one piece pretty well, except for the feeder. Let's start with that. That just removes off the base. Okay, so this is the base part. The strainer comes out. And all back together, that had 6 pieces, including the jug with its lid. 6 pieces to wash. Okay, so I've already washed the little jug, but we're just going to count the pieces on this baby as it's undone for cleaning. So 1, 2, 3. Turn that over. 4, 5, 6, and the little cup 7. Okay, let's see how easily that cleans out. Okay, so you can see cleaning the Braun, the leftover stuff is really stuck in these tiny little places, so you really do need a little scraper like we've got to thread in there and push everything out. Okay, so I want to point out that in this one, this is the Braun. Look how much room is left for pulp. So I think probably that the Breville would have to be emptied out after that round. Whereas this, I could easily do 2 more batches exactly of the same size before having to empty this out. And this pulp, by the way, is great for putting into muffins. I found a couple of really great recipes online for pulp from juicers. Okay, so we're ready to try these. So on the right, I have the Breville juices. On the left, the Braun juices. You can see that this is the Braun juice. You can see there's still a fair amount of fiber in that. The pulp. conclusion, I have to say I really like the true compact size of the Braun machine. It's also got a much larger receptacle for the pulp. The juice was a tiny bit pulpier, and you had to cut the pieces smaller to feed through, but honestly those are not deal breakers. The other one, it looks really beautiful, but it's definitely way bigger, much more powerful, although as we saw it didn't really mean any more juice for us with these fruits and vegetables anyways. So since I already own the Braun, I'm gonna sleep on it. Not sure it's worth spending another $105 to $150 for the Breville.